In my opinion, 2022 was the home for horror movies. We had two movies that came out from the X franchise, and we had The Menu, we had Megan, and we had a movie that came out years prior but was brought up in that year in 2022 and it became a cult classic. The movie is called Terrifier. Now, with the X franchise, two movies came out that same year. X on March 18, 2022, and Pearl September 16th, 2022. Now, 2 years later, we had the final movie from the X franchise, which was Maxine, on July 5th, 2024. So today, I'm going to talk about my top three from the X movie franchise in three different categories: the most fun, most horrifying, and that are my favorites. So let's just get right into it. Now, the top three from the X movie franchise that are the most fun is number three is X. X is more horrifying than fun. Now, to me, fun is like, oh my gosh, you're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, it may not be good, it may be good, but it's like I like this. It's like, oh yes. Now, it has some funny moments in X, but I think that X is more horrifying than ever. It gives you that nostalgia vibe, and it like again, it has some little quirky moments. The blonde head chick, I forgot her name. She played in Pitch Perfect, and she played in a lot of things. So, and she has a great voice. And 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 Jenna Ortega, she did a good job. I mean, it it's a little bit fun. Not to say that is the worst movie. No, it is not. It's just if you're talking about fun, did I have fun watching it? A little bit, but I was scared most of the time. You ain't gonna tell me anything. So number three of the most fun from the X movie franchise is X. Coming in at number two, it is Pearl. I mean, why not? She was giving life. She was giving stage presence. She knows how to twirl, to rock your world. I mean, the red dress. And I mean, she reminds me of myself. Like, I want to be a dancer, not like that. I mean, I want to be like a choreographer and all that stuff. Like, in music videos or Broadway. I mean, I just love it. And Pearl gives one-liners. Okay, the whole world's gonna know my name. Gonna be a star. What you doing here, Mr. Goose? What? Theater. Oh my boy, John. That was funny. I'm sorry. He just, oh, poor Johnny. That was funny. She don't even. Oh man. Ah. But even though I hate to say this, but the scarecrow scene, even though that was pretty fun, but demented as heck, man. It was like, oh, it's fun because she was dancing, like, oh, yeah, she just pretending that she's on, like, on stage dancing with the dude on Broadway, right? And but then it turned a little crazy real quick. I mean, now I had to look at, Wizard of Oz in a different light. I said, that's how Dorothy met the scarecrow. Okay, I mean, she hollered to a point that it did scare the crows away. It did. So Pearl is my number two favorite. I mean, most fun, not favorite. Excuse me. Is the most fun from the X movie franchise. Coming in at number one, which is Maxine. Maxxine. Maxine. Yes, Maxine is the most fun from the X movie franchise. It has 80s. It has 80 horror vibe. The clothes was clothing. The hair was herring. And I mean, it's not as serious as Pearl. It's not as horrifying as X. But it has horror a bit. It has a lot of fun. It kind of had a little bit depth to it. But I mean, when I look at Maxine, I'm like, I'm here to have fun. Oh man, when she was telling her, y'all might as well go home because I killed I killed that effing thing. I'm like, go ahead, Maxine. Like, come through. I mean, just how she came was like, I got them. I know the line. You got to open up your shirt, okay? Like, girl, I mean, it's just it just give off the vibe. And the dude, I forgot his name, at the video store. Oh, who remembers the video store? You had to rent videos, or you either buy videos. Oh gosh, oh, I miss those days. 90s kid here, yeah. 80s babies, 90s kid. I just miss those times. And yeah, it's just a good time. Is it as good as Pearl? No. Is it as good as X? No. But hey, it's a good movie. But it's more fun. It's more fun. But what I didn't like is how they keep mentioning R&R. It's like he said in the courtroom that I will be back. And y'all brought him back. Y'all keep saying his name. And now I know I'm going to get recommendation on YouTube is seeing his freaking face. But yeah, those are my top 3 of the most fun from the X movie franchise. Now, coming in from number 3 for the most horrifying from the X movie franchise is Maxine. Of course, it's not horrifying. It is horrifying to know that your father is trying to stop you by any means necessary by using the detective like Kevin Bacon and to use what you hadn't even done, in at the farm, in X, and using that against you. And it's like with the father, like, if you don't do what I tell you, then that's it. And then he was going to do, yeah, that is horrifying, right? It's like, oh my gosh, like, leave me alone. Like, why don't you just love me? Horrifying, and how the kills, yeah, that was pretty horrifying. The accident, like, yeah, that's not the Night Stalker doing that, because the Night Stalker, well, hold up, yes he did, 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 but that was gruesome. That was gruesome. Well, hold up, he is gruesome. When I'm not making my argument, huh? But yeah, so Maxine was the least horrifying, so that's why it's coming in at number 3. Number 2, it is Pearl. Now, Pearl is horrifying simply because you get someone who wants to get off the farm by any means necessary and would eliminate those who try to stop her. And with her mother was an accident. She regretted unaliving her father. With her sister-in-law, Howard's, Pearl's husband, yeah, Pearl unalived Howard's sister simply because she knows what Pearl had done and figured that if homegirl left the farm, she gonna tell on Pearl. So it's like, we can't have that. Pearl unalived the movie projector dude that she had slept with. I don't agree with that, because he was her ticket way out, to go to Paris, to go to what have you. If she doesn't make it to if she doesn't get accepted with the audition, and she didn't get accepted, and then just to find out that her sister-in-law got accepted, she's blonde, because that's what they looking for. The judges, that's what they looking for. It's just like she just killed because it's on a Tuesday, and it's not only that she unalived people like her family, but she unalives animals. I mean, she even said to homegirl, it's easier than you think. So you can't be doing that. So that's horrifying within itself, that when somebody wants something so bad, and if you trying to, like, look, make them see. I mean, she had to do what she had to do. I mean, but you can disagree with someone is saying, but just to off them off. Because if you are scaring them, like the movie projector dude, like, no, I can't be, and then you gonna unalive him? Oh, Johnny. So that's horrifying within itself, that somebody can unalive you when you trying to reason with them, instead of them disagreeing and do like Maxine. Pearl took a different approach in that. So that is horrifying. That's why it comes in at number 2. Number 1, the most horrifying from the X franchise is X. You talk about these crone stars who just want to do a crone movie on the farm. Now Pearl and Howard are old. And then Pearl seeing Maxine. She's like me. She looks like me. She's like me. She wants what she wants. Nobody gonna stop her. But then Pearl is horny. Oh. And then when somebody rejects her, What Pearl does. She does what she does. She just killed because she unalives people because it's a Tuesday. She unalived the blondie from Pitch Perfect because she's a blonde. Reminds her of her sister-in-law who made the dancing team. Uh, Howard, unalive the dude with the long schlong. I thought it was a shoe between his leg, but yeah, um, but yeah, it's just in with General Ortega. How she was unalive. She ran and then all of a sudden it's like she flipped. Dun. Gymnastics. She's a gymnast. But yeah, it's just like they just did it just to do it. And Howard is jealous because I guess Pearl must have revealed that she slept with, like, cheated on Howard with the movie Rejected dude, and all of a sudden you get two dudes, good looking dudes, it's like, oh, you just want to get out of my wife and everything, and shoot that dude in the chest. Yo, yeah, and it gives off like Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes, and it's like you don't know, and then the final showdown with Maxine and Pearl, and Pearl, shoot at Maxine. It blew Pearl away to a point she broke her hip. Oh, my hip! I'm fine. I can't get up. Where's your device, honey child? That's what you need. But Maxine got the upper hand. That's what Pearl did. Yeah. So coming in at number one, the most horrifying from the X movie franchise is X. Now, number three of my favorite from the X movie franchise is Maxine. It is a good movie, and I love it because it's fun. It has the '80s vibe. The '80s is aiding, and I mean, it's you seeing Maxine now in the '80s, just trying to get through it from what happened in the '70s on that farm, and she came from being a crone star to being a horror movie actress. And she's like, if John Travolta, if Demi Moore, if Jamie Lee Curtis, if any of these A-list actors and actresses can make it, can start be a star, their stardom be in horror movies and then come out on top, then that could be me. And she wants the world to know her name because that's what she said. and and that's what Maxine said in X. The whole world's gonna know my name. Okay. And it's such a good movie that Maxine is like, she's not like Pearl. You get Kevin Bacon, who wants to unalive her, wants to stop her, and then Maxine hadn't have no choice but to do it. And it's not like, these other actresses or these other crone stars who wants to make up at the top. Like, you get this crone, not crone, you get this horror movie actress that's the face of this particular movie. If it was Pearl would, knock her off. But Maxine, no. It's like, okay, she is a star. Okay, and there is a camaraderie. And the homegirl was welcoming Max on board, right? And Maxine, particularly don't care. But Kevin Bacon needs to go. My father needs to go. And when she realized homegirl, who was the face of that particular horror movie, she was shocked. Yes. And it's just like everything was crumbling around her, but she was willing to make it in the right way. So that's why it's a good it is number three of my favorite from the X movie franchise. Go ahead, Maxine. 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 Now coming in at number two is X. Yes, X is my favorite from the X movie franchise for number two. It has that 70s horror vibes. I love it because 70s horror movies push that boundaries. It mess you up psychologically. And again, it has that Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes. Like, you at a place, you want to do work at a place that you thought that people are welcoming and nice, but it turns out that from their jealousy to their rage that they will unalive you. They see you as a threat. And with Pearl, her obsession with Maxine is like she wants to keep her from achieving her dreams, and I'm talking about her, which I mean about Maxine. And it's like she's like me, but I don't want Maxine to achieve her dreams because she will go forward of getting off this farm and go and seek it out, unlike me. Because I stopped with the dance auditions, but I just didn't leave. Maxine got the cojones to leave. And I like the exchange, the final exchange between Maxine and Pearl. Because, like Pearl said, the whole world's going to know my name, and Maxine's saying the same thing. And I forgot the quote that Maxine said before she pulls the trigger. Said, I do not deserve, some like, I don't deserve a life. Like, I don't know what was the saying. Pearl was saying to Maxine, like, you just like me. Like, in a way, yeah, I have dreams. But in a way, Maxine is not like you, Pearl. You know, Maxine don't unalive people because it's a Tuesday. You do. You know, Maxine unalive people if they trying to harm her from getting to where she needs to go when she has no response. Like she's not responsible for what happened on that farm. You, by the way, Pearl, would just do it just because. When somebody rejects you, you just off them. Not Maxine. Okay. In competition, you would knock off anybody who's the competition. If they win, you will knock them off. Maxine, no. There's a womanhood between Maxine and that chick who was a star in that particular horror movie in Maxine. You, Pearl, with your sister-in-law, not that she knew what you had done, just the fact that she got accepted. Come on now. So yeah, X has that Texas Chainsaw Massacre feel, and I just love that 70s vibe. So that is number 2 of my favorite from the X movie franchise. Coming in at number 1 is Pearl. Mia Goth killed this movie. This movie is the best from the X movie franchise because, like I said, it talks about Pearl wanting to become a dancer. She wants to become an entertainer. She wants to get off the farm. She wants to live her life. She hated the fact that her husband wanted to stay on that farm, and she hated the fact that her husband had to serve in the military because she got to be stuck on that farm with her mother and with her father who is sick. It's just that with Pearl is like she doesn't know how to handle her emotions. Like she has these dreams and aspirations, but if anybody gets in her way, she just, and it's more colorful, it's more vibrant. And with Pearl, it is like you're with her, but at the same time you're not with her. So it's like I don't know. It's like Pearl, I can understand, but I can't. You crazy, but you're not in a sense of what you want. But how you go about it is so wrong. Mia Goth's performance at that table, where she is spilling the tea to her sister-in-law, which her sister-in-law said, "Hey, pretend that I'm Howard, release it." I mean, gone through it, talking about how she cheated on her husband, what she did with her parents, with the movie projector dude. She lost the baby, and what she wanted, how she wanted Howard to be like to pass away. And I mean, it's like, dadgummit, am I Pearl? And then it's like, I'm Pearl, and you felt bad for her. And it's just so confusing, right? But I mean, Mia Goth just captured. I mean, you cannot even look away from that scene. And it's just a pity. And then she just gave up. And that's what's so sad about Pearl. But see, then there's Pearl. She got this whole thing of unaliving animals because she wants to. Dina, like girl. But Pearl has more soul. Pearl, I'm talking about the movie, not the person. Well, you know, she has more soul and depth to her character. So, but the movie Pearl has more soul. It's the movie that I can watch over and over again and say, this is a masterpiece. A24 has done the freaking thing, and they be pushing out movies from that company. Okay, people need to take notes from A24 and just don't be afraid to write stories that tells a story. okay, that you can connect with the character, even if you don't agree what they do. It's kind of like it's supposed to be confusing, like, oh, I was supposed to like, but I understand, girl, I understand. But yeah, so my number one favorite movie from the X movie franchise is Pearl. Don't fight me, don't at me, okay? I said what I said, sign, seal, deliver, right? So that is it for my top three movies from an X franchise in three categories: the most fun, most horrifying, and that are my top favorites. Okay, what are your top favorite movies from the X franchise? Put in the comment section below, and I will see y'all next time. So, peace, love, and happiness to all of you. Stay cool, don't be no fool, and use a tool of what? Knowledge. Deuces. Bye.